the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brett Berry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Pelicans, happy to be here in New Orleans right now in the midst of a homestand. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad. A season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Williams and Gallinari out on the perimeter. Harris and Gortat are up front, and it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Out to Miller, beyond the arc. Gortat comes up with the rebound. And Marcin Gortat, the Polish hammer, in the final year of a 5-year, $60 million deal. Greg, he's been worth every penny.
He has, but he turns 35 this season. He'll be motivated to earn that next contract, but now on the downslope, we may see his role evolve over the next few years.
And you never know what Lou Williams is going to pull off, especially when he's working the screen and roll game.
Beverly against Howard. On the wing, Miller over Williams. Miller, no up. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Beverly wide open. Misses the 3. Here's Davis. And Davis brings it down.
Never gave he was floating around the basket like he was there. You know if he gets the ball, he's going to go for the jam.
Williams with the ball. Gortat with the screen for Williams. Shot clock at 5. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Miller. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. There sets the pass to Holiday. Here's Okafor. Gortat with the block.
They're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Gortat with a screen on Mirotic. Beverly against Okafor. There's a screen by Gortat. There's Gallinari with the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right.
He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, not the biggest player out there, but Tobias Harris confident to get down low, use his frame, and score.
Holiday, the pass to Davis. To the paint. Here's Miller. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Marcin Gortat.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Great open look there.
You can't play too far off of Patrick Beverly, or this can happen.
Beverly against Holiday. He kicks it to Mirotic. Over Gallinari. Misses off the left iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Beverly. Gortat with a screen on Howard. Outside Williams. Pulls up. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Outside Davis. Lets it fly from 18. Good. And Miller gets
look how tall he is and where he shoots it from. Nobody's bothering that.
Here's Williams, hands the 12-footer. Williams has got his second basket of the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Now here is Davis. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back. He wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. Gallinari with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Williams is running. They now take the lead. Beverly's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers.
Becoming more of a staple of his attack offensively. You give Beverly a look from deep, and he'll make it.
Holiday dishes to Okafor. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. And a long way to go, Brett, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender. Championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact that how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity if they keep rolling like this and they keep finding this type of consistency. They could be dangerous.
You'd like to think that as those stars, as you say, for the playoffs, can motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus on playoff time?
And here is Williams, following the three from Nikola Mirotic. And it goes out of bounds. Then for Harris. And so here's New Orleans. It's a three-point game. Holiday against Beverly. Outside, Davis. Pass to Miller. New Orleans moving the ball around. Holiday gets the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Clippers trail by 5. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Holiday against Beverly. Over Holiday. And it's off the back rim. No good. Outside Mirotic. Back to Miller. From outside the arc. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. Clippers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Pass to Harris. Harrell's screen on Davis. Harris against Davis. Hit by Harrell. Here's Harris, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Emeka Okafor.
Tobias Harris had his best season in 2018, a career year from the three-point line. And you saw how much just his value jumped in that time frame. A key piece and a key part of the trade last year with Blake Griffin.
Mike Scott's checked in for Los Angeles. Avery Bradley comes in for Lou Williams. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. On the wing, Miller. Left side, Davis. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 7. Another one falls for New Orleans. And guys, Clippers coach Doc Rivers calls Harrison a nightmare matchup. What do you think?
Well, especially when he slides from the 3 over to the power forward spot. He spaces out the floor and then can put the ball on the deck, on the drive, get in and create some opportunity.
Here's Harris. After Drew Holiday score. Harris inside. That one, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Miller with a wide open look. They get it back. Davis on the follow. And it's a 9-point New Orleans lead.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 shots?
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations, where the other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, It's been ineffective.
Teletovic is checked in for Miritich. Frank Jackson comes in for Darius Miller. And it's Peyton in for Drew Holiday. And Bahamute is checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Beverly. He has 6. And Okafor with the block. And it's all back to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. The inbound, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. You forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
Well, he's an effective two-way player, is Avery Bradley, and he's worked very hard. You remember his early years with the Celtics, just continuing to improve to make sure he has a place in this league.
Now here's Jackson. 5 on the clock, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And great for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as a one-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender. Probably a little undersized for off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
Here's Beverly. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Beverly dishes to Bahamute. Passes it to Hill. Scott with the ball. Covered by Teletovic. From 20 down, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. On offense here are the Pelicans. They're on a 15-5 run here. Bradley against Peyton. Davis in the corner. And stolen by Scott. Feeds it to Beverly. Takes it off the glass. Beverly's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, that's a good job by Avery Bradley, recognizing that he had an open teammate and get it to him in a good position.
Peyton against Beverly. Davis kicks to Jackson. New Orleans moving it around. Bucket 6. Okafor with the screen on Bahamute. Okafor gets the bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 8.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Peyton against Beverly. Harold the pass to Beverly. Screen by Bahamute. Bradley is feet on Peyton. Beverly against Peyton. Hit by Harold. Beverly for 3. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Throws it from outside.
Defensively, they got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bradley gets to Beverly. Now the dish to Harold. Over Okafor. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 20-7 run. Peyton against Beverly. Jackson in the corner on the wing. Davis to the paint. Here's Peyton. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 4 assists now tonight.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now here's Bradley. Back to Beverly. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Back to Okafor. Dishes to Davis. Shoots over Scott. And it's Davis missing. Now Emma Mute. And here's Bradley from three. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. New Orleans on top. They lead by 13. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And looking at what we've seen, Pelicans pretty much in control here.
Boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, Davis is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Okafor. Then there's Jackson, and it's Payton in at the point guard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said he had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot. You have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, D.A. Thanks.
And with Anthony Davis, you look at how young he is still. I mean, scary to think that his best games are still ahead of him. Not just this year, I'm talking like 3 or 4 years from now. He could honestly be the best player in the league in a short time.
New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Scott is screened. Here's Beverly. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Beverly's got 10.
The stretch straight from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Now here is Holiday. Okafor with the screen on Beverly. Holiday the pass to Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second play. Williams making a switch here. Hutchins is checked in. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 11. And here's Bradley. Scott up top. Back to Bradley. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. On the wing, Williams. Over at Jinsa. Defensive rebound. Here's Gortat. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And with Davis's prime just ahead of him, just what do you think his ceiling might be, Brent?
I don't know. 28 and 11 the last few years, his upside seems to be nightmarish for any opposing coach. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have multiple years of 30-plus with 12 or 14 rebounds. There's simply nothing on the court JD cannot do.
Now here's Bradley. Here's Scott. Teletovic grabs the board. Outside Jackson. And some very quick points from on that possession. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
Enjoy that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The Clippers have long labored in the shadow of the Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of ground to make up for the Clippers.
Well, from 1977 to 2011, the Lakers made the playoffs all but 2 seasons and won 10 NBA titles. So in that same time, the Clippers got to the postseason only 4 times and just won 1 series. So yes, Kevin, you're right. That's a well that you're looking up from if you're the Clippers. But the last 5 seasons, they've been better than the Lakers. Much better.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Tobias Harris is checked in for Scott. And it's Gallinari in for Mbamute.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here is Davis, following the score by Avery Bradley. And now it is in the corner. Back to Davis. New Orleans needs to get off the shot. Here's Telenovich. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Clippers trail by 9. Bradley, no one around him. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. The pass to Holiday. Gortat with the steal. Williams against Jackson. And it's Harris off the drive. And the shot goes in. Harris has got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Telenovich. Jackson in the corner. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Clippers trail by 7. Gallinari kicks to Williams. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
Yeah, it's pretty much unguardable there. You got to respect Lou Williams' ability to guide those floaters softly into the rim.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Davis. From downtown. And again, no good by New Orleans. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Harris. Another shot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Drafted 19th back in 2011 out of Tennessee. Tobias Harris came into the league very, very young, so his experience belying his age and the improvement has been shown over the past couple of years.
Mirotic is checked in for New Orleans. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, 1 season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, he's gotten stronger, more consistent with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball forwards.
And it's good for 2. 10 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Mirotic playing some mind games in the pick and roll and got some room for himself on that play.
There's a screen by Gortat. Harris outside. Right side Bradley. Connects from 3-point range. Bradley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They got to stay up on Bradley. Once he gets any kind of separation off the pick, he makes a good read as to where his defender's going to play him, and he's ready to shoot.
Now here is Holiday. Kicks to Jackson. From 8. New Orleans, a jump shot ball. And the Pelicans lead by 5. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. There's a screen by Gortat. Right side, Williams. And a miss there on the triple.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
No one near Telenovich as he lets it go. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. Telenovich against Gallinari. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by New Orleans. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Gallinari has screen on Jackson. Williams passes to Gortat. He dishes it to Gallinari. Over to Telenovich. No good off the front iron. Pelicans leading by 5.
Hornets cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Shots good by Williams.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
Jackson against Williams. There's a Jinsa. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Brent. He's got 8. A putback. Pass to Williams. Back to Gortat. Gortat with the screen for Gallinari. Goes up again. Good.
Pick and roll was perfect on that play. It opens up a terrific look for Gallo there.
New Orleans got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And Roosevelt, who came in for the Clippers. That first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, Mirotic last year, it was the tale of two halves. It was the shaved year versus the unshaved year for him. Great start with the Bulls and played some very good basketball, and then struggled a little bit after the trade to the Pelicans, and then boom, all of a sudden was a huge part after Cousins went down. It was extremely complementary to the fast pace and stretching out the offense with the three-point ball playing alongside AD.
So for the Pelicans, Anthony Davis is subbed in for Mirotic, and Miller is subbed in for Frank Jackson. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Now here's Beverly. He's got 10. Harris outside. Over Davis. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Harris. Right, you're talking about Mirotic. The real Mirotic is somewhere in between.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble with consistency, but you got to look at what was surrounding him in Chicago with all the roster movements and the coaching changes, stylistic changes. So when he gets on, we saw this late in the year with the Pelicans and somewhat in the playoffs. He can be an explosive scorer. He can put the ball down and make plays. And he can shoot you into and sometimes out of the game.
They get it back. Hero. And the rejection by Atkinson. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it back. And Stacks checking for Gallinari. It's Scott on the wing. Started by Davis. That's it. The Pelican lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Scott.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here is Holiday. Davis sets a screen. Here's Mirotic. And they recover it. And Davis puts it in.
Yeah, just looking at this box score and wondering what Anthony Davis hasn't done. This guy's been on a roll since the tip.
Here's Beverly. 10 points for him. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. That one goes in. Harris has got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Holiday against Beverly. Holiday, the pass to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you got 2 points. Here's Beverly. The Pelicans make their last shot. There's the pick. Harris, the pick. Pelicans pull it in. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Miller gets to Mirotic. Back to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. So it's the Clippers now. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's Harris. Rebound by Jinsa. New Orleans leading by 5. Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with
just like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Harris setting the pick for Beverly. Miritich against Harris. And stolen by Miritich.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-1.
Yeah, and you're going to get up a quick shot to make that happen.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
27 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Beverly gets to Scott. Goes the dish to Harris. Back to Scott. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, it's good signs.
Here's Davis.
They made sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Good awareness there to beat the clock. Now they have a break in the action to discuss some other things.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, great passing in the first half. How does that impact the offense when the ball is moving like we saw it?
Everybody's getting easy shots. It's much easier than contested shots, and guys are knocking it down.
Well,
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Hey, I'm so jealous of Anthony Davis. He just does things that other big men just can't do. Fantastic size and length, but that skill set of a guard. Wow.
Hey, Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any game.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan.
The second half about to start here in just a few moments. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
Well, he's a volume scorer in the post, and right now the volume's at 11. So if you're not going to run doubles at him, we'll see if he can get more of that done in the second half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Gallinari and Harris, your small and power forward. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
The Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
Here's Beverly following the score by New Orleans. Gortat with the screen for Gallinari. Off the pick. Gonna go that time. So the Pelicans will take it the other way.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brett, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks, over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more 3-point shots, Kevin, so if you can find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
Davis gets hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the pass to Gallinari. Shoots over Miritich. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Gallinari. just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And Holiday kicks to Miritich. Holiday against Beverly. Holiday the pass to Miritich. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. That's 12 points for Nikola Miritich.
Miritich has some pretty good catch and shoot numbers, and great at knowing ahead of time as to when those shots are going to come his way.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button. I wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. He seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, D.A., he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by New Orleans. Williams kicks to Gortat, 5 to shoot. Over Holiday, and the shot falls short this time.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Tips it. Here's Ajinça. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in. Ajinça's got 8.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
Yeah, second chance points are demoralizing, especially after you worked hard to get the stop in the first place.
And the Clippers call time here. Brett, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
Yeah, it feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center, right? Not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile, they have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best score man and slide him down to the 5, a la Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good example. He got right to the cup using that screen. Okafor's got his second bucket of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Beverly, the pass to Gortat. Over Okafor. And that one's good by Gortat. 8 points for him.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Beverly against Holiday. He kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. From beyond the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Molinari passes to Beverly. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Davis. No good. Just his third miss against 13 tries. Clippers trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And stolen by Teletovic. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Kept alive.
Now, each one more can be pretty devastating out in transition. This is a team that likes to play fast, so any easy opportunities they'll take.
Clippers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. They set the pick. Elbow shot is on the way. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Davis down low. He's guarded by Mbamute. Mbamute against Okafor. Just 5 on the clock. Moore passes to Okafor. Mbamute pulls it in.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Clippers trail by 16. And Beverly kicks to Gortat. dishes it to Gallinari. Screen by Bahamute. And it's Gallinari missing. On offense here are the Pelicans. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 7 points for the quarter.
All length there from AD. The assertive attitude, and it just makes him such a handful on the offensive glass.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, Doc Rivers might have done his best coaching job last year. You think about how many G League guys came in and started games, and he even talked about it as being a season with a breath of fresh air, with all that newness and the things he had to teach and go back to the drawing board. So, a heck of a year for them, and they might have found some gems.
Alfred Payton, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. Gallinari in the corner. There's a screen by Gorton. Off the pick. Here is Bahamute, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And Bahamute's got his first points of the night. Moore against Williams. Pick by Okafor. Okafor with a screen on Beverly. Payton dishes to Moore. Nice work there coming off the screen. Moore's got his second bucket. And Doc raved about last season's roster. But Brett, he admitted by the end of the Blake Griffin-Chris Paul era, he had it up to here with all the chemistry issues.
Well, he said that every playoff disappointment, Doc felt like the buy-in of the entirety of the team got narrower, as if they couldn't get it done because of what had happened the season before or 2 seasons before that. So a very hard group to coach, a very talented group to coach, but a lot of things lingered in that locker room, and if you're not on the same page, there's just no way to climb that mountaintop.
And so here is New Orleans. New Orleans leading by 18. Davis with a screen on Bahamute. And Moore kicks to Payton. Okafor, high post. Pass to Teletovic. Shot clock at 3. Lets it go with the 3. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, just not his night so far, guys.
Gallinari passes to Beverly. Gortat with the ball. 8 points for him. And Patrick Beverly good for 3. Beverly's got 13.
And he's turned himself into a tremendous 3-and-D role player. Beverly's jump shot has become a strong suit on offense.
Now here's Payton. The lead is 15. Pass to Teletovic. Moore in the corner. Pick by Okafor. From the line. Misses off the left eye. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. On the wing, Williams. Over Moore. No good that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They led by as many as 18 points. It's Davis on the wing. He's guarded by Bahamute, and the basket is good.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Payton against Beverly. Kicks to Williams. Puts up a 3. Here's Gortat, and it's Gortat finishing it off. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
He is a big guy, and Gortat doesn't play the finesse game. This is a guy who's all about strength. Forget about laying it up there. He's going to take the power approach.
Now here's Payton. Over Beverly. No good from Payton. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Gallinari running. Bank shot. No good. New Orleans leading by 15. Pick by Okafor. Outside for Davis. New Orleans moving it around. Moore against Williams. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's his 3rd foul of the game. New Orleans making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Gortat. Mike Scott comes in for Gallinari. And Bradley subbed in for Williams. Clippers trail by 15. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Beverly against Moore. Now here's Beverly. He started closer. From deep three-point range, and it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Now Okafor. Back to Davis. And the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Now here's Beverly. 13 points in the game. Here's Scott. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Scott's got his third basket of the night right there.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Mirotic, the screen. Passes it to Moore. Back to Payton. There's the pass to Moore. Shoots over Bradley. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Beverly. That one goes in. Beverly's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the ball on a string right now for P-Bev. Moves like this are pretty creative from the point guard.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the ball and will shoot two.
Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Mbana Moute. The Clippers shooting their sixth and seventh free throws in the game. And he makes the first. Here's Ateljevic is checked in for New Orleans. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Moore passes to Mirotic. Here's Okafor. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Julius Randle's checked in for Mirza Ateljevic. The Pelicans have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Payton against Beverly. Harris outside. And the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got 14.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We come back right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Okafor out there with Randle, and there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Payton in at the point guard positions. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Big play Okafor. Payton passes to Okafor, and stolen by Harrell. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Bradley against Moore. Outside, Scott fires the three. Knocks down the 3 ball. Scott's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter turnover here for the Clippers.
Don't think about Avery Bradley being an unselfish player, but when he makes reads like that, it feeds his confidence as a playmaker.
Okafor gets the bucket.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammates a wide open shot.
And Beverly kicks to Scott. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Here is a screen. Shot clock at 6. Scott the pass to Beverly. It's not going to go for him. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Randall. The putback. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Harrell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Bradley. Harrell setting the pick for Bradley. Hit by Harrell. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Out to the right wing. Here's Mirotic. Coming off an assist from Peyton. Peyton's got 3 assists now in this one. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
And boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, number 1. Everything else comes after that.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Miller's checked in. Here's Harrell. Miller grabs the miss. Pelicans leading by 13. Mirotic dishes to Miller. To veteran players, Brand, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. Beverly against Peyton. Outside Mirotic. Mirotic, the screen. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen. You just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Took him no time at all on that one. Miller's got 5 points now this quarter.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Beverly with the ball. Now Peyton defending. Harris against Randall. Outside, Scott. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Beverly. Clippers trail by 15. Harris outside. Pass to Beverly. Harris a screen. To the middle. And stolen by Mirotic. Rando kicks to Mirotic. Moore left side. Back to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Looks for Miller. Gets it to him. And good that time. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Left side, Bradley. Over Moore. easy 2 points on the layup.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Payton against Beverly. Payton drives in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, for Payton, this has got to be a big boost of confidence when he can go inside and still score through the trees.
To the middle, and stolen by Miller. And New Orleans pushing it up now. He feeds it to Randall. Both loose. Back to Miller. Randall, a screen on Harris. There's Miller with the three. Good for basket number 6 for him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Failure to extend the defense, not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
Right at the free throw line. Harris, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Picked by Randall. Now, here is Miller. From past the arc. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Here's Harris. And it's in there.
Such a smooth scorer. Tobias Harris making that look easy.
New Orleans leading by 18. And here is Payton. Miller outside. For 3. And Payton gets it to go on the assist by Miller. Miller's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Payton against Beverly. They set the screen. He kicks it to Bradley. Pass to Harrell. Over Moore. And Harrell missing.
A little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Beverly against Payton. Miller outside. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Beverly against Payton. Scott a screen. Beverly. Pelicans pull it in. Milicic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. The Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact their team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So, interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. It's Gortat, top of the key. Holiday against Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. With some art. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Patrick Beverly grew up in the west side of Chicago. He said it was a pretty rough high school to go to, Brent.
John Marshall Metropolitan, and he was the head of a 1-2-2 full court press where he just racked up a bunch of steals. Can you imagine just not getting the ball ever over half court? That's because Patrick Beverly was up there playing defense.
And Patrick Beverly last season excited for a bigger role in the Clippers, but knee surgery wiped out his season.
Yeah, and he's in the final year of his contract, Kevin. A lot at stake as he hopes to earn a significant raise from a salary that's been one of the league's best bargains.
Teletovic in the post. Gallinari covering. Teletovic misses.
you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Launches a three. They get the rebound. And that one's good by Gortat.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Holiday against Beverly. Randall with a screen for Holiday. Randall passes to a Jensen. Gortat with the block. And here's Bradley from three. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Here's a Jensen. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got back on track last year in a big way. Posted his best season and played in the most games since the All-Star year he had in Philly in 13. So the health is always a concern, but Drew Holiday stepped up and was massive in the playoffs last year for this Pelican ball club.
Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
No altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Harris against Randall. In the corner, it's Brewer. And off the drive, and in it goes. And Brent, last season, Holiday wasn't asked to do as much playmaking, and it seemed like it allowed him to focus on his scoring.
Well, I give Drew Holiday a ton of credit, Kevin. He went from being asked to work on off-guard skills to being shifted back to the point guard because of a Rondo injury, and then later in the season had to go back to all of the things he worked on in the off-season as an off-guard. And when he did that, he shined. So a heck of a season on the mental side of things for Drew Holiday last year.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Harris. And Bahamute comes in for Gallinari. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Davis.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Harrell down low. Randall on him. Pass to Bahamute. The Clippers need to get off a shot. It's deflected. 3 seconds separate the shot clock again. Tolovic misses. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Holiday. Harrell a screen on Holiday. Eyes a three. And Bahamute can't get it to go. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. There was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Elfrid. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.